Welcome everyone. Today in this class we'll discuss about the site where photosynthesis takes place. In the previous class we have studied about this, what is photosynthesis, what are the factors which was responsible for photosynthesis, and the very previous class we have also seen the historical background on photosynthesis, how different scientists help in our understanding about the process of photosynthesis. They contributed in many ways. Many scientists contributed in many ways, and they helped us, that contributions helped us in understanding the process of photosynthesis very better. Okay, now here in this class we will see that is where this photosynthesis takes place. We say that photosynthesis is the basic process in which plants utilize sunlight and they convert that light energy into chemical energy and prepare carbohydrates and synthesize carbohydrates. Along with this carbohydrates, oxygen is also evolved and energy is produced. So photosynthesis is basically a photochemical process in which light is utilized to synthesize carbohydrates with the release of oxygen and energy. So this is the sum up of this definition, process of photosynthesis. And we said that photosynthesis takes place in plants. Plants are the only organisms which perform photosynthesis. Plants are the only organisms which perform photosynthesis, and some other like bacteria which have chlorophyll in them. Chlorophyll has pigment in them, some algae where chlorophyll is the pigment. So here that is green plants will perform the process of photosynthesis, and that photosynthesis only will provide food for us. Now where in plant in actuality photosynthesis is produced. In the earlier classes we have studied that photosynthesis takes place in the green leaves of the plant. Photosynthesis takes place in the leaves. So the site of photosynthesis, where actually that photosynthesis takes place, it is the green leaves. So leaves are also called as the kitchen of the plant because they produce food material. So inside the kitchen we produce food material. So that is why the leaves, they are called as the kitchen of the plant, food factory of the plant. The leaves are also called as kitchen of the plant, food factory of the plant, because it is the place where photosynthesis is taking place. Okay, so where is the site where photosynthesis takes place? It is the green leaves. It is inside the green leaves photosynthesis takes place. But you tell me, actually it is only the leaves where photosynthesis takes place, or there are any other places inside in the plant where photosynthesis takes place? Photosynthesis takes place in the green areas of the plant, areas which are green. Sometimes green stems will be there. Sometimes the stems will be green. So those green stems will also be performing the process of photosynthesis. So the green parts, basically not just leaves, the green parts of the plants, they perform the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so where photosynthesis takes place? In the green parts of the plants. Mostly it is the leaves, and it is not just leaf. Most of the times it is the leaf, because when the branches and all are there, that is brown color, different colors, only the green parts, where the leaves in such plants where only leaves are the green structure, there in that plant only green leaves will produce the food material. Only the green leaves will perform the process of photosynthesis, whereas there are certain plants where stems also will be green in color. So the green stems will also perform the process of photosynthesis. So basically the green parts of the plant, whether it is just leaves or whether the stem is also green, so that stem, the leaf, that is the green parts of the plants will perform the process of photosynthesis and produce food material. Okay, now but in actuality very little plant will have the green stem, but most of the plants they have brown stem, and also the leaves are the site where photosynthesis take place. Okay, and here inside the leaf, you have seen in first year the internal structure of the leaf. Inside the leaf, mesophyll cells will be present along with this vascular bundle, palisade parenchyma, this palisade parenchyma and the spongy parenchyma. These are nothing but the mesophyll cells. These mesophyll cells will be present in the leaves. In the leaves, mesophyll cells will be present. Inside the leaf, mesophyll cells will be present, and inside the mesophyll cells, the large number of chloroplasts are present. Inside the mesophyll cells of the leaves, there are large number. For example, in other parts, apart from leaves, other parts, that is the chloroplast will be present or might not be present, where that is it will be in less number. Chloroplast will be, but in the leaves, mesophyll cells will be there. Now inside the leaves, the cells which are present inside the leaves, that is the mesophyll cells, now they are filled with chloroplast. Mitochondria will be present, Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, everything will be present. But those cells which are present inside the leaves, they have chloroplast in more number. They have chloroplast in more number. For example, this is the cell, mesophyll cell of the leaf. Okay, inside this nucleus will be present, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, everything will be present. But number of chloroplast will be more. This is one chloroplast, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the chloroplast will be more. In other cells, chloroplasts will be present, but 1 or 2 chloroplasts will be present. But here in the cells of these mesophyll cells of the leaves, chloroplasts are many in number. Large number of chloroplasts are present, because inside the chloroplast only chlorophyll will be present, and that chlorophyll is responsible for the process of photosynthesis. No chlorophyll, no photosynthesis. No photosynthesis, no food material. Okay, so that is why as leaves perform the process of photosynthesis, that is why the cells of the leaf, which are nothing but mesophyll cells, they have large number of chloroplasts in them. So large number of chloroplasts means large number of chlorophyll pigment. Okay, much more chlorophyll pigment. More chlorophyll pigment, more photosynthesis. So that is why the cells which are present in the leaves, the mesophyll cells, they have large number of chloroplasts in them. Okay, and these chloroplasts are aligned on the surface. For example, this is the leaf. This is the outside of the leaf, upper part of the leaf, surface of the leaf. This is the lower surface of the leaf. On the lower surface, that is, so on the surface of the leaves, the chloroplast will be aligned. Okay, the chloroplast will be aligned on the surface. Chloroplasts will be more in number, and they will come and accumulate on the surfaces, so that these surfaces will be exposed to sunlight. The surfaces will be exposed to sunlight. They won't be present in the middle or somewhere. They'll come and accumulate on the, for example, this is the outer surface and this is the inner surface. These cells will not be present here somewhere in the middle or somewhere. They will be accumulated on the surface of this upper and lower surface of the cell, so that they get the sunlight. Okay, these chloroplasts, they get the sunlight and they can perform the process of photosynthesis. So that is why here these chloroplasts are aligned on the surface of the cells. The chloroplasts are aligned on the surface of the cells. Now here, as we said, these chloroplasts are the major structures which stores chlorophyll, and that chlorophyll is responsible for the process of photosynthesis. So that means chloroplast is also essential structure, not just chlorophyll. If just chlorophyll is there, without chloroplast, there also photosynthesis cannot take place. Chlorophyll should be present, and that chlorophyll should be present in the structure. That chlorophyll should be present in the structure called as chloroplast. So intact structure of chloroplast is also essential for the process of photosynthesis. So where is this intact structure of chloroplast present? It is present in the mesophyll cells of the leaf. They will be aligned, this chloroplast will be aligned on the surface of the leaves. So we have already studied the structure of chloroplast in our first year. We have studied the internal structure as well as the external structure, that is anatomy as well as morphology of the plants in the first year, where we have both studied this, what type of cells will be present inside the leaves, how cells will be arranged, as well as we have seen the structure of chloroplast and all the organelles which are present. Okay, now let us just recap all those things. That is, a chloroplast is a structure which consists of chlorophyll, which stores chlorophyll, and it is very important for the process of photosynthesis. So if we draw the structure of chloroplast is a double membrane organelle. It is a membranous organelle. It consists of double membrane. This is the outer membrane, and I said you double membrane means this one will be a inner membrane, two membranes. Chloroplast is double membrane bound organelle. Okay, so this is your outer membrane, this is your outer membrane, and this is your inner membrane. So chloroplast is a structure. It consists of membranous system. Membranous systems are present, and it also has a liquid which is called as stroma, and along with this membranous structures and this membranous system and the stroma, it also has starch, the granules, it also has lipid droplets, and some ribosomes are also present. So let us see this one. So here inside this stacks, here this is the stack of, this is one stack, this is a thylakoid membrane, this is a thylakoid membrane. Okay, so inside this thylakoid membrane, this is the lumen of this is the lumen inside space, this is one stack. This is one stack of thylakoid membrane. Okay, and this is the membrane, and inside this membrane some space is present. That space is called as lumen. Okay, so here this is the single one. So like this, stacks of thylakoid membrane will be present. Stacks of thylakoid membrane will be present. Stacks of thylakoid membranes will be present. If this is one single one, okay, like this stacks. So like this is one, so this is another, like this another. So it makes a stack of thylakoid membrane. So this one, this single one, single stack of thylakoid membrane is called as grana. The single stack is called as grana, and the stacks of thylakoid membrane is called as granum thylakoid. Granum thylakoid. Granum thylakoid. Okay, and here these stacks are connected to one another with the help of this lamellae, that is stoma lamellae. The stacks are connected to one another with the help of this stoma lamellae. Okay, and inside this, here we have this liquid will be present, and this liquid will be present. This liquid is stroma. This liquid is stroma. So what we said that membranous systems will be present. So here these are the membranous systems. So this is one stack, that is grana. So like the stacks are present. So all these stacks are made up of membranes. So membranous systems, that is this granum thylakoid, and this is that is joined by another membrane, that is stoma lamellae, and here this is lamellae. So these are the membranous systems. Along with these membranous systems, we have a liquid which is present, that is matrix or the liquid, and this is called as stroma. So this is the stroma. Along with this, now we have ribosomes. We have ribosomes. So this is ribosomes. Along with this ribosomes, we have this droplets, that is granules. Starch granule will be present. Okay, starch granule, this is nothing but starch granule. Along with the starch granule, here some droplets of lipids, lipid droplets will also be present. Lipid droplets. So this is the structure of chloroplast, and this is the structure of chloroplast. Inside this chloroplast, it is a double membrane organelle. So this is the outer membrane and this is the inner membrane. So that is why chloroplast is a double membrane bound organelle. Two membranes are binding, so outer and inner membrane, and inside this structure, inside the space, so here inside this cavity of this membrane, here we find stack of that is thylakoid membrane will be there. So this is single stack is called as grana. Like this, stacks will be present, stacks of thylakoid membranes will be present. These stacks of thylakoid membrane are called as granum thylakoid. These stacks will be joined together with another, that is stoma, lamellae. So these forms the membranous systems. Okay, and inside this one a colorless liquid will be present or matrix will be present. This colorless, it is called as stroma. Okay, so this stroma consists of all the enzymes. Stroma consists of all enzymes which helps in process of photosynthesis. It consists of all the enzymes which helps, those enzymes will be helping in the process of photosynthesis. Okay, and apart from this, here starch granules will also be present, ribosomes will also be present inside it, and here lipid droplets are also present. So this is the intact structure of this chloroplast is required for the process of photosynthesis. And we said that chlorophyll will be present inside the chloroplast. Where will this chlorophyll present? It will be present in those thylakoid membranes. Chlorophyll will be present on the thylakoid membranes. Okay, so now we said this is the structure of chloroplast. It consists of membranous systems. So what is the function which is performed by the membranous systems? So these membranous systems, they trap light energy. That is, they trap the sunlight. So I said on the surface of the mesophyll cells, the chloroplast will be present, accumulated, and when the sunlight falls, these chloroplast traps the sun energy. This chloroplast receives the sun energy. How? Because inside this chloroplast, stacks of this thylakoid membrane, here chlorophyll will be present. Just for understanding, here this stacks, this membrane will have the chlorophyll. So when the sunlight falls on the leaf, for example, this is the leaf. For example, this is the leaf. So many chloroplasts will be there now. So here when sunlight falls on the leaves, it will falls on the leaves, this chlorophyll will trap that is the chlorophyll which is present on the membrane, thylakoid membrane. It will trap the sunlight. It will receive that sunlight, and so here it will receive the sunlight, trapping sunlight, and after trapping sunlight, after perform that a series of events, ATP and NADPH will be produced. Okay, when sunlight is given and trapped by this chlorophyll, so some events will take place which will lead to the production of ATP and NADPH. So these membranous systems, what is the function of membranous system? It is trapping the sunlight and it helps in the production or the synthesis of ATP and NADPH. These ATP are the energy rich molecules. These are the molecule which stores the energy, and NADPH also helps in that is giving us the energy. We will see how it will give us in the later process. We have already seen how NADPH will be giving the energy during the process of respiration. So these two are very important because they will only be giving us the energy. So this light energy will be trapped by this membranous system, because this, it is by chlorophyll, but where chlorophyll is present? It is present on the membrane, that is thylakoid membrane. And so next is the stroma. The stroma has, I already said you, it has all the enzymes which helps in the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so what it will does, it will incorporate the carbon dioxide and help in production of carbohydrates. Okay, so as soon as the stroma will take up the carbon dioxide inside it, and with the help of that carbon dioxide, carbohydrates are produced. So by using this light energy, ATP is produced. By using the light energy, ATP and NADPH are produced, and by using this ATP and NADPH, the stroma will incorporate this carbon dioxide, will use this carbon dioxide, and it will change it into carbohydrate. It will synthesize carbohydrate with the help of carbon, that is carbohydrate with the help of carbon dioxide. So here these reactions, that is the events, trapping of sunlight, ATP, formation of ATP, NADPH, it all requires sunlight. This won't take place in the absence of sunlight, because when sunlight is there, then only it will be trapped. When it traps sunlight, then only event will take place, and it results in the synthesis of ATP and NADPH. So here light is essential for these reactions to be carried out. So that is why these reactions are called as light reactions. And for these reactions, that is which follows, because by taking ATP from this light reaction, this stroma helps the carbon dioxide to change into carbohydrates. It does not require the light. It can take place in the presence as well as in the absence of light. So that is why these reactions are termed as dark reactions. So here we all know that is photosynthesis. It is based on both light reaction as well as dark reaction. So how all this process will take place, how ATP will be formed, NADPH will be formed, how light will be trapped, how carbon dioxide will be converted into carbohydrate, we'll see in the next videos. So as of now, the chlorophyll, that is present on the stacks of thylakoid membrane, and this chlorophyll is present in an intact structure, that is chloroplast. So chlorophyll along with the intact structure of chloroplast, it is a site where photosynthesis take place. Next we will see in the next video.